is brought to you by Intermountain Healthcare, helping people live their healthiest life possible. And straight into the live action we go. It's week 2 Major League Rugby. Utah Warriors on the left of your screen, in black on the right, the New England Free Jacks, who've made home here in Las Vegas this week. They kick it to the touch line that side. And third member of our cast there is Danny Wexelman, who's sidelined with us. Danny.
He's your mark, mate. I'll make a mark.
As if this weekend wasn't exciting enough, round 2 in Vegas, let's up the ante. The Wilson brothers are playing against each other for the very first time. Mitch, number 15 for New England, Bailey, number 11 for Utah. And I asked Mitch about Bailey. He said despite Bailey being much, much bigger than I am, he's actually the baby brother of the family. Mitch is very proud of him. And I said, well, what's mom going to be wearing? And Bailey had already sent her Warriors gear. Mitch had not sent her any Free Jacks gear yet. And I haven't found Lisa. So once I find her, I will let you guys know what she's actually wearing. But either way, round 2 in Vegas with the Wilson brothers is going to be a great one.
Thanks so much, Danny. It certainly is. It started well so far for the Warriors. They kick to the corner, an attacking option at line out for them, Alex.
Very, very good start for the Warriors there. Really well worked line out, went near the tail with the ball, got over the New England defense and got the penalty at the maul, and now they have a great attacking platform where they'll probably look to maul again.
They go to the front, comes down here. Bailey Wilson in picture. We just spoke about him. Vangagato with the ball in as well there, number 9. Dwayne Politavau has it at the back. Gavin Moore just lurking near the maul as it goes towards the uprights. Early exchanges, they send it through their inside center. Hawaii, and now it's been pinched and smashed downfield by Liam Steele. This ball won't bounce as crazy as it did last week. Ben Foden can thank his lucky stars. They go back here with Josh Whippy, the captain US international. Puts it off his left boot. Keeps it in the field of play. Well handled there by Guillermo in for the injured Tig leader. Steele looks to step back in. Scored a cracker last week and gets a cracking shoulder as well around the 10. Referee Scott Green wearing baby blue, which suits his eyes, says play on. They go to the outside and then finally drifts forward. Enterprising play there from both sides.
Forward pass. Some exciting stuff there from both teams. Really unfortunate knock-on for the Utah Warriors. Only a couple meters out from try scoring, but just like that, the Free Jacks put the ball back down the end of the field. We get a little bit of kick tennis and then a forward pass in the middle here, and it's sort of break and play. But the ball this time, New England were able to front up. It crabbed in field. They send their Big 12 up Utah there, and it just spills out of the breakdown there. Chris Latham talked about being composed in attack, taking their opportunities, and that's a big missed one early on.
Yeah,
number 10, Schulte.
Scott Green, our referee, and he's got a wardrobe change, looking oh so good. His wife is watching from Austin, Texas. Part Kiwi, part Aussie is Scotty Green. Not sure where his girlfriend is this weekend, but his wife is watching, so that's great to see. Only kidding, Scotty. We always have a good laugh with him. He's definitely one of the most entertaining officials we have.
And your vice captain, the 8-man Jury Van Buren.
A warm welcome to you wherever you're tuning around the globe, especially the fans watching in Boston at Hennessy's and Faneuil Hall, and the supporters in Salt Lake City and the rest of Utah. Loving that you're joining us here in Las Vegas. Valentine's Day weekend with 8 Major League Rugby sides here. And at Sam Boyd Stadium, used to host the USA Sevens leg for a decade, now relocated to Los Angeles. We'll give the first scrum, and Alex, we'll get your take on this in just a moment. We'll look at the big boys up front. Kukul, McNulty and Brighouse for New England, and Vandenberg, McLennan, and Vungakoto for the Warriors. Stable. Van Vieren has it at the back. Urino, it's popped right up. Alex, what's going through your mind during the first scrum of the game?
It's always an interesting battle. It's sometimes a bit of a feeling out process. One team, you want to establish in the referee's mind you're dominant, but at the same time, you don't want to push it too far. Give that penalty early on and sort of get his mind against you. It really is almost a feeling out. I was always a little bit patient in the first scrum. Just try and, if the opportunity was there, obviously try and dominate, but really just make sure you give the referee a good picture and a good sort of mindset that you guys are here to be the better side at scrum time.
Wonderful insight there from Alex Corbacero, British and Irish line, English international, and they do pop up the giveaway, that penalty in the end that you mentioned.
One white coming up under pressure.
The referee's spot on there, and that's a really good, sign for Utah Warriors. We talked about keys to the game for the Free Jacks, dominance at the set piece. They built a lot of their game around that. So far, it's been the Warriors who've been able to do that. They got a penalty at the maul, they got a penalty at the scrum, and they're turning that into territory. And this is where the drive came on. Once it's on your ball, you take a couple steps forward. The number one there pops out, he's slightly on the side. Regardless of the tight head's angle, it's a clear picture for the referee, and he's always going to award the team with the ball going forward like that.
Utah not in sync with the lineup. They knock it though, the ball's playable. Finley picked up by a black jersey. It'll stay with Polatoval. They move it to the left-hand side. Nice dummy thrown there by John Cullen, the All-Army 7 standout. They come to the midfield now. Matt Jensen, kept Eagle player and long-time player for the Highland Rugby, 2 national champions with BYU. Cullen again smashes to the line. An abrasive start here from the Warriors. They look to keep it alive again. Big contact comes in. Still inside the 22. Now they go back to Schilt, who puts it over the top. An interesting little kick. How does it sit up? Sits up here for Wakanabau. Wakanabau. He's full of running as well. Is the Fijian flyer. Former under-20 player. Represented Fiji Warriors as well back in the day.
That ball's out. That ball's
John
out.
Poland, former Ireland under-20, goes downfield and is a good relieving clearance kick from the halfback.
It's another missed opportunity for the Warriors. 2 entries into the 22 so far against New England, and so far yet to have points. Here, that kick from the fly half, looking for space out on the inside. It's high risk, high reward when you take options like that. Weren't able to get the reward, and New England sort of relieved that pressure.
This time they get it at the line out, but
Black, you must come in, stop, go up. Okay?
good clear words there from Scott Green.
You must stop before you go. Come on, in we come now, Black. In we go.
Vogakoto from Fiji, played in Rugby World Cup 2019 in Japan. Stable. They've got them all driving here. Vogakoto at the back.
Stay there, don't swim up the
Free
side.
Jacks told not to swim in from the side. They've got to join at the back.
Once away.
Dwayne Polatoval from Auckland, New Zealand. Guys, he's side at 9.
Let's stay more.
On the field they have Fetu Vainikolo, one of the most famous players for Tonga in history. The ball's on the ground, and it is a penalty again. This time that swimming in is from the side.
Six, you're fine. Number 4 has come through the side on this side. 6 was fine. White 4, side entry.
Another really well-worked penalty from the Utah Warrior forward, showing dominance up front. The whole game so far, because of this forward dominance, has been played in New England's half. They're putting countless pressure on, getting entries into the 22 with these driving mauls, but they have to take their opportunities now. What they're doing really well at the maul time is getting that ball to the back early, getting it set, being patient, and then going forward. It's very, very hard to defend a maul when the ball is all the way at the back with plenty of men in the way from the defense, and that's what they're doing really well. And if they can try, I assume they're going to try and go for that again here because they've been so successful.
Huge moment of the game here for the Utah Warriors. Look, they start on the right foot with head coach Chris Latham, former Wallaby legend, looks on the Sam Boyd Stadium. Vandenberg pops out to the right-hand side. He's got his hooker with him.
Use it.
They go to the big man from Johannesburg, South Africa. Cullen's missed. Schilt goes wide. Big contact there on Hawaii. Looking to hold him up there. Liam Steele went in to engage. His opposite number. Polatoval pops up, drifts across field and kicks for his winger, Vainikolo. Oh, but it's been taken beautifully and the ball stripped free there from Wakanabau. They'll come back to the advantage.
Carry on playing him. High tackle, 12 white.
Had the advantage, so they went for the crossfield there, but again, indiscipline from the Free Jacks. Those penalties are starting to amount. The referee's warning the number 4 there, the captain. He's telling him now, all hands on deck. finally getting some points rewards or attempt to with the kick at goal, but it's been really good control of the game so far from Utah. All the things we said that New England needed to do, dominance in the set piece, Utah have done that. Control the territory battle, Utah have done that. They should hopefully get 3 points now and reward that. And that consistency in the game and that theme will grow. It'll be harder and harder for New England to sort of come back from this.
And you're right, this is the side last week, Utah, that led 16-8 at halftime against Rugby ATL, so they started superbly, played a quality 60 minutes. This is how they started last week. First points on offer, they'll take. It's 3-0, the Utah Warriors lead. Successful penalty there from Hagen Schilt. He's tied up against the New England Free Jacks after 10 minutes.
And at the 10-minute mark, Utah jumping out to a 3-0 lead through Schulte.
With Timothée Guillermo, France under 18 player, played with the Austin Elite in 2017 and 2018, now known as the Gilgronis. Oh, this one's went straight down, and that's an error.
I'll come over to you, boys. No, it's very clear what's going on to me. This is your map.
It is supposed to be windy down there, but that's an unforced error from Utah, and it's exactly what New England needed. An attacking platform, an opportunity down in the Utah 22. They have had no territory, no possession, no entries down here yet. Let's see how they handle this first one.
Bind. Sit.
Stable from Simon Kukul, was pinged last time. Poland, ball at the back, Polatoval being a nuisance.
Both front rows are going up. No one's clearly dominant to me, so we're going to reset white.
I think that's a very good call from the referee there. He's reset it. He didn't reward any team for one of the others. He deemed them both to be standing up there. That means a reset. It's a good initial engage from the Free Jacks, but they've got to sink. They've got to keep their scrum height down, give a rock-solid platform so they can get the ball away and get some attacking game plan in this game.
Sit.
New England head coaches Josh Smith and Kareem Afifi in charge of their side. Been in Vegas all week. Ball pops out of Poland, goes to the blind side. Tries to stab a kick through, it's half charged down, he dives on it. Still keeps possession for the Free Jacks. Now they go through the captain, Josh Larson. 25-year-old is upended. Still inside the 22, they keep it tight, Donald Brighouse. Penalty now, the other way, it comes to the New England Free Jacks, their chance to level things.
Roll it. Sure, that's fine. Yeah, that's your option.
First entry into the 22, they get the penalty reward. Could have taken the 3 points to sort of close the game up, but they've decided to go for the corner. Backing their, well, you think they might go for their maul. Their forward play was strong last week. So far haven't flexed that muscle in that area, but it looks like they're going to try and test this defense and try and get some points on the board. That's confidence, and will that sort of pay off now is a big question.
Sean McNulty.
You know when you can come up.
Brother Harry is a Irish sheep farmer, also international sevens player. They go to Larson. Maul is set for New England. They have advantage. Warriors have come from the side. They look to bring their backs into play. Stepping back with the left, Sam Beard, the vice captain. And from New Zealand as well. Here they go, Dawai, one of their star players. Still they work the same side. Larson fires it to Wilson. Gets the ball away. Wilson's a miracle ball. Are they in the corner? Green says yes. New England have 5. They've chanced their arm, and they've come good again in Las Vegas.
Really really good play from them. We talked about attacking with tempo and width, and that's exactly what they've done. They sort of got the space on the edge, and it came from the punch in the middle. That last carry from Duwai got them enough gain line, got them enough momentum that then the number 4 Larson could move the ball out wide, and they exposed the Utah Warriors on the fringe, and a very, very good finish in the corner there.
Fabulous skill from Mitch Wilson. 4-time collegiate All-American, captained them in 2018. Going against his brother today, as Danny mentioned earlier in the broadcast, he got the offload superbly away. And it was Pasawa Kanawao that got the try, the man from Talebu in Fiji. Very difficult conversion attempt from the side here from young Guillermo. Just hits the upright, couldn't get closer than that. 5-3, New England strike back, 15 minutes gone here in Las Vegas.
From the side, you must hit it from the post.
Mentioned high risk, high reward, and that was risky indeed. They got the 5 with Wakanabao in the corner. Wilson, the creator. Warriors restart. They go high. Lovely kick. He played in an offside position. Would it touch a New England hand? No, says referee Green.
Offside, offside, offside.
You can hear the Utah players saying to the ref, offside, offside. If you feels like you're intentionally playing that ball there, it can be a penalty for being offside, but instead he's ruling the knock-on that it wasn't intentional, that the New England Free Jacks continue to play on with the ball. And it's again a theme off the kickoff. We saw how one kickoff mistake allowed New England back into the game. Now New England, after scoring, get their kickoff, don't relieve pressure, and now it gives Utah an attacking platform in their half.
Van Vuren has it at the back. It's now Palotavao goes down the blind. Nice little break from the score. Palotavao goes against the big heavies. Pushed into touch. We're going to come back.
And they're going to go kick the corner again, and that just shows how costly, you know, the error on the kickoff, now field possession, and it's the set piece where Utah are really sort of trying to turn the screw. At the scrum, if you watch them engage, they're winning those small little inches. That's giving them the ability to sort of edge forward, and sort of New England Free Jacks aren't able to hold that pressure in and sink and sort of relieve it.
Over the top it goes. Downfield by Beard. Big chase for Whippy. He goes over his head. Whippy's there. His twin brothers in the squad as well. Drops the shoulder. Does fullback Josh Whippy's third season of the Warriors, the veteran. And they've gone all the way from attacking inside the 22 to just outside their own now. Good ball carry there from Jensen getting involved, and Tuavau. Schultz keeps it in hand. Huai floats one over the top. Beautiful ball. Pongakoto. He's upended. Still they retain possession to the Warriors. Vandenberg gets missed behind the back. Schultz goes to Cullen. Drifts across fielders. John Cullen. Big tackle on the former paratrooper. Quick possession then. Looking for Vainicolo to pass free there. Tongan international, 28 caps. Leading try scorer for his country was 17. Good recycle. Here come the Warriors trying to create a 2-on-1 on the side, but they skip through up the middle. Tuavau ranging up. Look at this kid go. Thomas Tuavau from England created the ascendancy for the Warriors. Now they're on the front foot. Vainicolo looks for Whippy. Short angle to the 10-meter.
Play on? No.
Free Jacks retreating on D.
Yeah, thank you.
Vandenberg waits. Jensen's on his left. Vandenberg, former shot put national champion from the Boerewors region of South Africa. Great passage of play with Ratu Vangakoto. Schultz just looking around. Hagen Schultz kicked 14 points last week, man from Christchurch, New Zealand. Also has a bit of German blood. Sits back in the pocket with Whippy now in at 9. On a pick and go through at ruck time. Stunning play so far here from the Warriors. Looking to capitalize and turn this into points. They go high on Koto, man from the Ndronga Rugby Club, and now Hawaii to Moore. Gannon Moore in open space. This guy's electric. Gannon Moore into the 22.
He's good. First arriver.
It's been pinched over on the Free Jacks. That has certainly saved 7 points. They flick it down to the short side. It's drifted forward. They try to get out of jail there. And it is end-to-end stuff. The Warriors putting everything in this, and oh so close.
Emptying the kitchen sink down there, just constant pressure. The ability to expose New England in the wide channels is where sort of Utah have come alive. It was Tuaval first, then Gannon Moore. They're consistently playing out the back of that first forward pod, trying to get on the edge where they back some of their more athletic runners to take on this New England defense. But the turnovers, again, so costly. Got a lifeline with the forward pass. They have another attacking platform. But really, the story of the game so far is they haven't been able to convert this dominance into points. And as the game goes on and they start to tire, a team that notoriously tired near the end of games, how costly is that going to be when you haven't put points on the board when you're fresh?
Absolutely right, Alex. They need to build a lead if they can here. 21 minutes gone in the game, and they concede a penalty at scrum time on attack.
Black 3 to the ground. Black 3 to the ground.
Big call there. Obviously has come from the touch judge with the referee on the other side. He's deemed the black tight head rolling into the floor, not supporting the scrum up, even though Utah were going forward. A lot of frustration I could see from the players, but the touch judge was right there. It was hard to get a really good angle at it to see exactly who sort of initiated that first drop to the floor.
Yeah, very tough indeed, because with the attacking side, you really,
referees usually tended to favor them, especially when they're going forward. So the touch judge must have seen something very blatant and obvious for him to make that call.
Okay. Order.
Oh, we're going to go to a break right now. It's New England that lead 5-3 against Utah after 21 minutes in Sam Boyd Stadium.
I think the training environment is what separates this place more than anything else. I think that there's like a team environment with a personalized training effect. So I think that's the problem with a lot of other places. It's one or the other. It's, we're all together in this class, but there's no specificity with each person, or it's only personal training, which really there's just no camaraderie. So this facility, the way we set it up, we try to get that team environment, that group camaraderie, along with a personalized, tailored program for your needs and your goals.
Culture is just a massive thing here, from person to person. We'll have a 30-year-old athlete who's crushing a 300-pound deadlift right next to a 45-year-old woman who's just doing walking lunges, and the cohesiveness between the two people really ties the whole gym together.
Two points the difference so far after 21 minutes gone here at Sam Boyd Stadium. And Poasa Wakanabau, a try for New England, and a penalty for Hagen Schilt for the Utah Warriors. But it doesn't tell the full story. The Utah Warriors have been full of attack and close on several occasions. 8 teams descend upon Las Vegas this weekend. This is the first of 4 matches. And later today, we got the Austin Gilgronians against Rugby United New York. Tomorrow, we have the Houston Sabercats against the Toronto Arrows. And the Colorado Raptors will finish off against the San Diego Legion. An action-packed weekend here in Sin City. Referee Scott Green about to get us started again. It'll be the Free Jacks on attack. They're just a relieving penalty out of the end zone.
Oh, Josh, let me start. Give me an all clear from the red hat, please. On guard.
McNulty goes to the tail, accurate.
It's a ball.
In the back there is Brad Hemopo, former winger in his high school days. Now trapped in the forwards. Poland goes to the air. Chasers are there. Mike sells one of them a late change as one bounces and into touch.
It's not a bad reward for New England there in their own half. Kicked up to contest, to put the ball up. Utah missed it, bounces out. Now they get a chance to pressure Utah in their own half a little bit, what we haven't seen much of in this game.
They do well to shorten line out Angus McLennan. Although they let go, though, before they rejoined.
Exactly. Accidental offside, which equals a scrum, because if you look at the maul, once you have that ball at the back, you have to be connected with your shoulder bound on, and there was a disconnect between the prop at the ball in the back, and then he reconnected. Referees spot that really well, and that's just an unnecessary error, unforced. They won the ball. Really got to tighten this up, because Utah right now have just been plagued by little errors where they've shot themselves in the foot, and it's stopping them sort of taking control of this game.
Crouch.
Utah coached by Chris Latham, 78 caps for the Wallabies from 1998 to 2007.
Good steady now,
So many legends joining the game on and off the field here in Major League Rugby. We're in week 2 action as they look to attack the line. Guillermo goes wide, steals through the back. Mike Saul into a Canabau. Runs into a brick wall on that far side. 2 defenders as Larson ducks down low, gets over the advantage line with Kukul. Working back to the short side. Quick hands, good skill there from Zach Strickland. Still with New England. Hemopo now. Beautiful behind the back ball, and that was an excellent gap there. And we'll look to Phoebus, was going to break out though, but it comes for the Warriors for a counter-attack. They have just a scrum advantage. Palatavau, Kawaya. They drifted wide to Moore. Cannon Moore. 7 specialists as well. Moore gets rid of at least one over the halfway line. So exciting when he gets possession. Good quick hands. They keep with Jensen in the midfield. Cullen, big lanky ball carrier. Cullen stops one and gets the pass away to Whoopi. Just brought down. Ball still there with the Warriors. Again, another long passage of pressure they put on the New England Free Jacks. In they go. First receiver, Blake Hawaii, scored a try last week. First one for the Warriors. Now Vandenberg on attack. Big Franco Vandenberg, his wife and daughter watching this contest. Slow ball for Palatavau. Vainikolo. Oh, good shot, quick hands. Get it on the outside there. Tuavau's lurking. Again, excellent way to get out of their own territory.
Good retention of possession for Utah through the phases there. Consistently, they really are trying to expose New England on the wide channels. They must have seen something on the tape. They're trying to give guys like Gannon more opportunities to get one-on-ones, to get them gain line. The only sort of critique I'd say for them right now is once they start getting quick ball, they sort of seem to then revert back to slow ball in the middle. They've got to keep the tempo up, get New England moving back, because if they get a couple phases of quick ball, that's when they'll really get the opportunities to take them apart. But right now it's their forward pack as well, which has really been flexing their muscle and giving these opportunities.
2 dangerous wingers in, Vainikolo and Moore. We've seen a couple of steps from Whoopi as well. End result, though, is second penalty attempt for Hagen Schilt. Man from St. Bede's College. Turns quickly, flags go up. It's a stunner in Las Vegas. 6-5, Utah lead New England after 25 minutes. 2 penalties from the boot of the number 10. New England restart with Timothée Guillermo. Play with Arjun in France. Goes down to the inside centre, Hawaii.
Off you go, no hands.
Product of the Mount Albert Grammar School in New Zealand. Featured in the Mitre 10 Cup with Northland as well in 2017. Good pickup for the Warriors.
9.
A ton of changes in their squad from last season under new head coach Chris Latham. Sean Pittman, forwards coach, and Sean Davies with the backs. Ben Nichols helps as well.
Use the ball.
Whoopi waits, but they're going to box kick it through Dwayne Palatavau. Comes nice and deep, sits with fullback Wilson. Wilson chips it to the 22. The mark is called. The tap and go quickly to the Warriors. Whoopi under pressure.
Yep, there was touch by White. Touch off White. Yeah, off the 14. The winger. Or the fullback, sorry. We have a sub 6 blue.
Go, keep it up, boys, keep it up, boys.
Okay.
Yeah, just get up with the front.
So ball and touch to New England player. Comes to the Warriors side about the 10-meter mark. Back on attack. They like the 3-player lineup. Travail goes in to try save it. Flicks it back infield. He knew he was going towards the touchline. Does well though. Keep possession for the men in black.
Use the ball line.
Vandenberg in to help out as the box kick goes high again. Good take and massive contact as well. Welcome to the party.
Time's off.
Referee's seen something.
So, yeah, I had instruction coming through on this player. Can we have a number? Just a penalty only? Number work. Okay. Josh. Your penalty count's climbing up quite now. And coming in. It's just silly stuff that we don't need in the game. So take a second now, talk to your players, because I can't just carry on penalising. Yep. Take a moment now, have a chat.
Another infringement. I think it's for obstruction.
No, because it wasn't.
Is what he said. Obviously, probably blocking on the kick chase. But the referee's now giving the Free Jacks almost a final warning. Any more penalties, the penalty count really starting to amass. That's when yellow card territory comes out. And to be honest, for the reward that Utah have had, the amount of penalties that New England have given away, that is a just reward for them and giving them the advantage they deserve.
Utah Warriors, hashtag reloaded online. They certainly look to get their season back on track here.
And just speaking of penalties, one of the key areas has been the maul where they've given away. And if I was Utah right now, I would go to the maul, try and get a penalty again, and that could be someone in the bin right there if you want to play smart.
They go to Jensen. Ball slips down, and Vanikolo in open space. Fetu Vanikolo throws a dummy. Vanikolo, this man is a magician. He might as well stay here in Las Vegas because he has entertained every single person.
Outstanding try here. They accidentally mess up at the maul, regain it, but that allows Vanikolo to come on the switch. The blindside winger had chased up, so there was no one there, but he still had so much work to do, so many men to beat. An unbelievable finish from Vanikolo, turning something out of nothing. Just as it looked like they messed up the line-out opportunity, he gets the ball with a tiny bit of space. Fantastic try.
You can see why he was the leading try scorer for his country. Tonga, 17 Rugby World Cups in 2011 and 2015. Tuku Vanikolo didn't play last week. He was missing in action, and this time bangs in 5 for his side. They lead 11-5. 30 minutes gone, and conversion attempt to come here from Schilt. Finally, they break through, and again, it's those wide channels you mentioned, Alex.
Exactly. He there, perfect time to come back against the grain. At the maul, there's not a lot of space on that sort of far touchline, sort of blindside wing, but there is a winger there usually who drops in to mark it. He's committed because he's seen the ball spilled, perfectly cut backside, beats him, and then so much work to do, but backs himself one-on-one, looked up, held the ball for support, realized he'd run too far away from it, and did it all himself.
Stunning bit of work here as Schilt raises the flags yet again. He's 100% so far on the day. It's 13 points to 5. Utah Warriors lead New England after half an hour.
There he is putting the ball down, but that's really just deserved for Utah. The dominance they've shown in this game, finally getting the reward on the scoreboard. Everyone, their coaches will be very happy with that.
New England get us back underway with 10 to play in the first half here in Sam Boyd Stadium. It's a big connection there on Blake Hawaii.
Hold Black, hold. We're on.
Knocked down there. Ooh, comes down the middle of the field. Guillermo thought to have knocked that on. Referee says play on. He's chipped it for the corner. One bounce into touch.
It's a good kick from Guillermo there. Not much on sloppy ball, but he just pins Utah back in their half. And even though New England don't have the ball, this is exactly what they need to be doing. They need to be playing in the right areas of field, putting pressure on Utah here. Their lineout has made a few mistakes. Get the ball back here, you're in a great place to attack.
Cullen has this one for the Warriors.
Use the ball.
Very little possession to speak of. Last week scored 6 tries to 2 against Rugby United New York, their rivals on the East Coast. Now Warriors get another penalty.
First one was a ruck. Second one was a clear kick.
Wonder if the referee remembers his warning he'd given New England there. Don't need to force it there. I know they want to get the ball back. They're desperate. They're chasing the game. But just pushing it, chasing it a little bit too much. Let Utah play out of their half. Get a kick back, run it back. Try and get a charge down on that box kick instead of just over-chasing, giving them an easy out. And now they're probably going to drive again in the middle.
There they go. Good picture there of Vandenberg. They with the baby box for South Africa. It's been lost at line-out. Kukul has this for New England. Steal there from Simon Kukul. Now they go through the big heavies. Brighouse, the 20-year-old from Wellington, New Zealand. Forwards a whip to the left-hand side through Larson. Oh, what a ball from Larson. And Mopo, there's space on the inside. Maxwell, though, gets hit hard. Out of the breadbasket, the ball goes.
Yep, thank you. No advantage from the knock and the line out. We just went back and across the field. So we're going to scrum down, white ball. Cross forward.
So he's bringing it back for the knock-on at the line-out, which was initially from Utah, who spilled it, and then New England. But is it number 4, Larson? He is looking for that wide ball. You know, you don't often see a second row. Usually they come to the line, chuck it. He's looking for space. He's looking for the edge. Very exciting to see that from a second row in this game.
Crouch.
Wonderful skill set as well. You take a look at Chris Latham there. Carved it up with the Queensland Reds for many years. New England, Poland, behind the back ball. Here they go to Mike Sell, floats for a high one to Wakanabau, the lone try scorer for New England. Just outside the 22, the penalty now for the Free Jacks. Decision time.
Not rolling away, it looks like the penalty there. And you know, that's going to give New England a really good entry into the maybe 5-10 meters. Let's see where that kick goes. But again, you can see where both teams are trying to attack wide today. It's exciting, it's flowing rugby, the conditions are good, they're getting quick ball. That's where the danger threat is. And there, Utah, you know, you're ahead on the scoreboard, you haven't given many penalties away. Maybe better to risk that than to give away some points there, but New England do have a great platform now to attack, but they have to win the line out first. Both teams have lost the line out in key moments in the game so far.
Here we go. 5.5 to go in the first half. New England at the top. A great take from Thebus. The Free Jack surge forward. Hemopo at the back.
No four.
5 meters out.
Hands now, away, no.
Get the ball at ruck time.
You're off your feet there, thank you.
All about low body shapes. As the forwards pick and drive. They get reloaded yet again.
Away, 4, open. Set, boys.
Ball's still there, a couple of meters away. Jackson Thebus, who started it all, picks now with a red scrum cap. Not there yet. Connor Dragon is on wearing 19. He's in there also. Advantage now for New England. They've got to score here. Poland keeps it tight.
Did the ball come?
Free Jacks have backs to the right and the left. They go over the top. It's going to be a penalty.
Yes, try. Try, yeah, awarded.
Try awarded.
Oh.
Scott Green, so casual in baby blue. We missed the dive over the top. It was awarded. New England right back in this. Game on.
No, I had my eye, got clear vision.
That's what you call sort of route one rugby. When you're down on the clock, sometimes you've got to roll your sleeves up and get into it. And it started with the maul. That got the forwards rolling, the ability to hold on to that ball, got brought down to the 5-meter channel, and then they duked it out in the trenches. The pick and go game. It's a numbers game. It's who can keep getting back up on their foot, who can get 2 carriers to 1 defender or vice versa, get that edge, and then finally the little sort of sneak over the top was what got them the try. We thought it was a penalty because the referee walked to the 5-meter line, but rewarded the try, and that's exactly what New England needed. A trip to the 22 and points from it.
Two tries on the board for New England for their 10. As Timothy Guillermo gets an extra 2. 1 point the difference so far. 3.5 to go in this first half. And Josh Larson, here's another look at it. Direct one over the top. The captain's knock.
We're under pressure. We must clear out the back of the tap. Down here.
We've seen wide passes from him, and now we've seen little sneaks over the top. What else has he got in store for us, Larson, the captain, up his sleeve today?
Skills are plenty, he says. It's Vegas, he's ready to party. Good catch there from Jackson Thebus. Man who's involved with the Big Brothers, Big Sisters of America, volunteered for Habitat for Humanity as well. Wonderful work in the community off the field as well as Poland. Hits it high. Whippy, good take from the fullback. Takes possession for the Warriors. They look to close out the first half. Up by 1. Schultz goes to Vanikolo. Scored a cracker earlier. On his hip there is Angus McLennan. 3rd season with the Warriors. Under 20 trophy winner with the United States. Now they cut back in here against Van Vuren. Stellenbosch University, product of the Marties, famous rugby club in the world. Politavau finds Vandenberg. Gets pushed ahead there from his South African teammate Van Vuren. And now Schultz goes wide. Vanikol again trying to skip through. Good tackle on him from Steele.
Counter's good there.
Speaking of steals, it's New England that pinched this one.
Yeah. And the tackle.
Big dummy, they go in the midfield. Again, it's that centre limb still trying to gain some havoc. They kick over the top. Wakanaba's chasing. Whippy's there. Schultz also sits up for the fly half. The Warriors have to hack it downfield.
Okay, we're all.
Mitchell, what does he want to do? He wants to take his brother on. Oh, what a step! Mitchell against the fly half. Schultz. They go to the wide side. Mike's out. Almost free. Sits up for Cullen though. It's back and forth. This is 7-a-side rugby at its greatest, except there's 30 players on the field. Oh, big collision there from Gato and Kukul. Still going with the Warriors. The men in black look oh so dangerous with the pill. McLennan. Vanikolo set a contact point around the 10-meter mark. 40 seconds to go in the first half. Up 13-12 all the Warriors. Jensen now into the traffic. Schultz comes wide. Big strong tackle on outside centre. Calvin Whiting spills that one forward.
Yep. Time.
Really exciting session of play there. Ball in play for a long period of time to end the half. Both teams expending huge energy. Utah really doing a good job of recycling the ball. New England worked really well to get the turnover, looked to play off transition, almost got there, but then Utah had another go, and that's what I love to see from both teams. If there's a turnover, they're not just trying to clear their lines. Both teams are trying to play. They're playing exciting rugby. Yes, it hasn't come off yet, but that's a good sign to see, and now we get probably the last scrum of the half, and see what we get from it.
It's only week 2, but I love the ambition from both sides, as you said, Alex. Final moment here, down by that point.
And then go, boys, you two both here. Thank you.
They bring it out to Guillermo, just trips over the top plan. Mubu Kanabau was there, goes into touch on one bounce roll.
Half, boys.
And referee Scott Green is going to bring us to half time. And it really has been an entertaining tussle from both sides. 13-12 the score. Utah lead by 1 slender point in week 2 of Major League Rugby 2020. Plenty of thrills and spills on the field as well. A big 40 still to come here at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas. Be interested to hear some comments on that first half. Vanicola was absolutely outstanding, getting his team's only try were Cannabau and Larson, the try scorers for the New England Free Jacks. So we're going to take a short break. We'll have analysis and highlights from Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas up soon. It's 13-12, Utah over New England after 40 minutes.
I think the training environment is what separates this place more than anything else. I think that there's like a team environment with a personalized training effect. So I think that's the problem with a lot of other places. It's one or the other. It's, we're all together in this class, but there's no specificity with each person, or it's only personal training, which really there's just no camaraderie. So this facility, the way we set it up, we try to get that team environment, that group camaraderie, along with a personalized, tailored program for your needs and your goals.
Culture is just a massive thing here, from person to person. We'll have a 30-year-old athlete who's crushing a 300-pound deadlift right next to a 45-year-old woman who's just doing walking lunges, and the cohesiveness between the two people really ties the whole gym together.
Hey, rugby fans, rugby is everywhere. The giant is awakening, and Rugby Wrap-Up is there with the alarm clock. Rugby Wrap-Up, global rugby coverage, sometimes with a wink. Weekly studio shows, daily website content, breaking news, evolving stories, the biggest names in the game on camera, all over social media. Pundits from all corners of the planet, local, global, professional, amateur, female, and male. Find it all on rugbywrapup.com.
Today's match is brought to you by Vermont Flannel, dedicated to a world of comfort. Summers Pub, Boston's premier Irish pub. Harpoon Brewery. Intermountain Healthcare, helping people live the healthiest life possible. And the Utah Warriors. Warriors home opening match, March 13th. Tickets available at warriorsrugby.com. $13-12 the score. Let's get some reaction from Danny Wexelman, who's with Major League Rugby royalty.
Thanks, guys. I am joined by George Killebrew, the newest commissioner of Major League Rugby. George, you've been in Vegas all week, a long week, but a productive week, an exciting week. Tell me some of the things that you've been seeing and you're most excited about.
Well, we've had a First of all, you know, Vegas has a great tradition in rugby going back to when the Sevens were here. So we had a match last weekend between, you know, Rooney and the guys from Boston. Great match. And then now we have 4, you know, 2 today and 2 tomorrow. And the weather is perfect today, unlike last week when it was windy and cold. And we're just excited to be here. We really appreciate the red carpet that Las Vegas as a city has rolled out for us.
What kind of impact do you feel like bringing Major League Rugby to Vegas has on the sports community and the rugby community?
You know, I mean, like I said, they've got a proud tradition. You know, there's a group here that would love to have their own MLR team at some point, and I think Vegas would really support it. I mean, we got to go to the Las Vegas Golden Knights game the other night, took a bunch of the boys, and, you know, Vegas has really rallied around that franchise. So there's no reason they couldn't rally around a franchise in MLR, and maybe one day.
What kind of impact are you hoping to have on this season and this league?
Well, grow our attendances, and we want to really make sure each of our 12 teams that are playing this year are hitting on all cylinders off the field. Really good corporate, you know, community, good community partners. You know, I think that's what we want. And as you know, we're flexing up to 14 teams next year, and so, you know, the more we can really get the business side of this sport starting to roll, the better off we're going to be.
George, thank you so much for your time.
Sure, thanks. Good to see you.
Guys, back to you.
Thanks so much. Great action there. So more to come here from the entertainment capital of the world. It's Utah that lead New England by a score of 13-12 after 40 minutes of Major League Rugby action in Week 2 at Sam Boyd Stadium.
I think the training environment is what separates this place more than anything else. I think that there's like a team environment with a personalized training effect. So I think that's the problem with a lot of other places. It's one or the other. It's, we're all together in this class, but there's no specificity with each person, or it's only personal training, which really there's just no camaraderie. So this facility, the way we set it up, we try to get that team environment, that group camaraderie, along with a personalized, tailored program for your needs and your goals.
Culture is just a massive thing here. From person to person, you know, we'll have a 30-year-old athlete who's crushing a 300-pound deadlift right next to a 45-year-old woman who's just doing walking lunges, and you know, the cohesiveness between the two people really ties the whole gym together.
Hey, rugby fans, rugby is everywhere. The giant is awakening, and Rugby Wrap-Up is there with the alarm clock. Rugby Wrap-Up, global rugby coverage, sometimes with a wink. Weekly studio shows, daily website content, breaking news, evolving stories, the biggest names in the game on camera, all over social media. Pundits from all corners of the planet, local, global, professional, amateur, female, and male. Find it all on rugbywrapup.com.
Today's match is brought to you by Intermountain Healthcare, helping people live the healthiest life possible. Utah Warriors home opener March 13. Tickets available at warriorsrugby.com. And on watch. See the signs. Stop the cycle. thrilling first 40 minutes here. We're going to take a look at some of those highlights. It all started off with the Warriors.
Warriors on the board early with the penalty from Schultz, rewarded by forward dominance, pressure, territory, but then New England came back into the game. That wide ball from Larson allowed Mitchell to get on the outside, and then it was kind of about in the corner, and it kind of went against the run of the grain. Utah clawed their way back with this long-range effort from Schultz, brought them 6-5 up, and then finally they got the retry, they got the reward. Almost lost it at the line out here, but then Vunicola on the inside takes that arc, and basically a one-man band. So much to do there, beats countless defenders, and that got the try, and Utah deservedly ahead at the half.
The celebration showed on their faces. Stunning work from the side that lost last week, looking for their first victory in Major League Rugby. And just to finish things off, the New England side punched one in over top. Josh Larson diving over the top.
Exactly, just clawed their way back into the game. That got them over there, the short range. It was a forward with the maul, the pick and go, rolled their sleeves up, and really impressive.
Half time, 13-12, Utah over New England. Up next, second half action. Stay with us. We'll be back from Las Vegas.
I think the training environment is what separates this place more than anything else. I think that there's like a team environment with a personalized training effect. So I think that's the problem with a lot of other places. It's one or the other. It's, we're all together in this class, but there's no specificity with each person, or it's only personal training, which really there's just no camaraderie. So this facility, the way we set it up, we try to get that team environment, that group camaraderie, along with a personalized, tailored program for your needs and your goals.
Culture is just a massive thing here. From person to person, we'll have a 30-year-old athlete who's crushing a 300-pound deadlift right next to a 45-year-old woman who's just doing walking lunges, and the cohesiveness between the two people really ties the whole gym together.
Hey, rugby fans, rugby is everywhere. The giant is awakening, and Rugby Wrap-Up is there with the alarm clock. Rugby Wrap-Up, global rugby coverage, sometimes with a wink. Weekly studio shows, daily website content, breaking news, evolving stories, the biggest names in the game on camera, all over social media. Pundits from all corners of the planet, local, global, professional, amateur, female, and male. Find it all on rugbywrapup.com.
It's advantage Utah, who lead 13-12 against New England here in Las Vegas at Sam Boyd Stadium. Let's get some more reaction field side from Danny Wexelman.
Thanks, guys. A guy who is putting a couple points on the board right now, Hagen Schultz, and I want to tell you a little bit more about him. I caught up with him earlier this week, and he told me that he just got to the United States in January. He had visited here twice as a kid, but nothing serious. And I want you to pay close attention to his wrist. He's got some tape on his wrist, and he writes things like "do your own job," because he says in the heat of the moment, he just needs a little bit of a reminder of what he is out there to do. And by the way, guys, he can kick with both legs well.
Thanks, Danny. I'm sure he can kick with his hands as well. That guy's that talented. Second half about to roll here. I'm Dallas Stafford, joining commentary by former British and Irish Lion, English international Alex Corbisiero. We're ready to go. It's Las Vegas. Don't forget later today, 6:30 Eastern Time, it's the Austin Gilgronis against Rugby United New York. Tomorrow, doubleheader here, Houston Sabercats against the Arrows and the Raptors against the San Diego Legion. Also, catch Major League Rugby online as well. We've got the Old Glory. They host their very first ever Major League Rugby fixture against the Seawolves, and Nola Gold to host a new franchise as well. This time it's Rugby ATL. Referee Scott Green says, let's go. It's New England on the left of your screen. They trail by 1 point against the Utah Warriors. Here at Sam Boyd Stadium, it's Las Vegas where anything can happen. 40 to go. Good catch here from Blake Huaya. Bombs this one down to Wilson on the far side, who goes quickly. Not here for a haircut. Here's the fullback, Mitch Wilson, up against his brother, Bailey, who's wearing 6 for the Warriors. Oh, big take and push. They get through with Polatavau. Whoopi was the one that gave him an extra little pat on the back for his efforts. Now they leave it behind to the Warriors. Free Jacks need to fringe up their defense on the outside channels. Hagen Schilt off the left foot this time. Ball knocked there by Guillermo. Backwards is the call. Timotei Guillermo. Deft little touch. Chess game from the two fly halves. Well, I think it comes off second base, does Schilt there.
First little kicking exchange that we see there, a little bit of kick tennis, and it's New England who come up with the better, as you said, and that's what teams do. They kick back and forth until one makes a mistake and you try and get the field possession or the attacking opportunity.
Dummy there by Poland, sublime! The little Irish halfback, John Poland, 22 years young, into the 22. They go through Steele with a dummy. Liam Steele, outside centre, scored last week here at this very ground. They keep it tight to Wilson. Another try scorer from a week ago. The captain, Josh Larson, man from British Columbia, raised in Northland, New Zealand. They keep it tight here with Sean McNulty. Player qualifies for the US and Ireland. They go wide. Steele. Wakanabau, get off me, he says. A stunning try, a double for Powasa, Wakanabau, and New England take the lead.
Straight out of the gates on the 42nd minute. Number 14.
Second try for that man, Wakanabau. And, you know, it came from initially the kick tennis exchange, getting the field position. Then a lovely break from Poland off the back of that line out. That got them on the front foot, quick ball in the 22. Then they had the patience to attack, to keep banging the door down. And then finally, when they got quick ball, they used the width out wide and the try out there. And this is it. Once they knew they had that momentum, that ball out wide, flat, has been on all day, and it's just a jog in for Wakanabau there. Gets over the line, never stopping him from there, and it's a well-worked try.
Well, Wakanabau, a remarkable story. A few years ago, his father passed away. His mother had to sell pudding to buy rugby cleats and bus fare for him to get to rugby practice with the Fiji under-20 side. Heartwarming story of that family, and here he is right now, professional rugby in the United States. Two-time try scorer so far, one of the standout players that we've seen this season. Guillermo from the touchline, makes no mistake. It took them 3 minutes and they're up 19-13. That's how you strike in the second 40.
And it was this line out that got them going into the 22. Off the back of the tail, little show and go from Poland, catches him there. Had Wakanabau on his inside, but he looked the other way. But then finally, that gave them the patience. And then, you know, it's the flat to the line ball, textbook rugby, drawing pass, knew they had the numbers on the edge because of the momentum they've gained. And that is just textbook there from the Free Jacks.
Free Jacks look to catch this one with Larson again. He does well. Half lifted by his teammates.
Be
Striffler
onside,
gets in to help out there.
Be onside, wide. No, stay out.
Slow ball, Poland. Puts a box kick up. Mike Sell tries to get this one. It's a bit messy. Stays though with the Free Jacks. Knocked on though before they managed to pinch it.
It's gone into a white player who was in front. It's accidental, so we'll just have a scrum down. Accidentally offside. Yeah, bounce into him.
Accidental offside there as the ball bounces forward into your own player. Referee deemed it accidentally, so he gives a scrum. But this is a big opportunity for Utah. Momentum in this game has kind of shifted to the Free Jacks. But one thing in the first half that was their big weapon was their scrum. If they're able to turn the screw here, maybe get another penalty, get down there, use their forward might, that's a great way to try and take back control of the game.
Utah side, they've got leaders in all different positions, and they've been told to step up this weekend. They went asleep in the last 20 minutes last week when they fell to Atlanta. How did they go in this 40? They start by conceding a penalty there. Look at the celebration. The whole Free Jack side comes running in.
And we talked about the Free Jacks starting to take momentum in this game, and that is a real sign of it. The fact they were on the receiving end of almost every scrum, especially on Utah's ball, that was a perfectly worked scrum there. And if you actually look on the engage, they managed to meet Utah on the engage. Utah's second rows had to readjust their feet. That allowed New England to take a little bit of momentum. They chased well, they stayed squared, they stayed down, and they forced a penalty of Utah popping up under pressure. That's exactly what New England wanted to do to try and take the control of this game. If you look here, the way it's crabbing across, the way they stay down, you see that sort of whip. You see the Utah's forward sort of swinging round under pressure. That's the picture the referee sees, them standing up and coming round, and New England's going forward. And you see what that means to the team and all the players coming over there.
Such a nice unit are the Free Jacks. And Poland again sniped through. The little magician gets it away. Stunning stuff, Mike Sell. He's just shredded the defense.
Right up the gut for New England. Fantastic off the line out, split up the middle. And number 11, Mickey with the try for the New England Free Jacks.
Just like that, New England have silenced the Utah fans in the crowd, stunned the players there, and really just turned this game on its head. It's another brilliant break from Poland at the line out. If you watch here, the last kick came round the back. This one actually comes inside the tail gunner. Then he has Mike on his inside. Saw the pass this time, straight under the sticks. And that's a crushing blow to Utah, but beautiful executed rugby.
Bonus point try as well. Poland sniping all day. A couple of great breaks, and this time though, beautiful linking from Mike. So wasn't even on the starting side, had to come in a late replacement for Bodine Waka.
And that's a great way to show the coach that you're ready to play. You get called up last minute, come on and you get a try. Great sign there.
The extras are added as well. They were trailing 13-12. They've added 14 points. They're up now 26-13. New England Free Jacks. Whatever was said at halftime by Josh Smith has certainly worked.
And here it is, off the line out. New England had driven a few. They've been consistently going wide off the line out. Utah trying to pressure off the line there. That's creating the gaps for Poland to snipe through, and then they flood the channel perfectly.
Oh, it's a great restart kick. It's come down to Mitchell. Mitchell's put his foot out, so it'll be a line out to the Utah Warriors.
It's exactly what the Warriors would have wanted. They, trying to get the ball back off the kickoff, however you do it. Now they've got a great attacking line-out platform here. Put the kick in deep, force them into touch, and they really need a response quickly. This would be the perfect response they can get back on the scoreboard.
They go to the front, good take there from Tuavau. Thomas Tuavau went on a mission service with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, returned to Utah. That's how he found his way into the Warriors outfit. One of many changes to their new squad in 2020 as they surge for the line. They pull it out to Schultz, who kicks for the corner. Vainikolo's there, fed to Vainikolo has a head start. No advantage, and someone's in trouble for the Free Jacks.
8 white, yep. Josh, 8 white, please. through the side. Just the third one, Josh. We can't have that.
Yellow card for 8 white there. Hemopo in at the side at the maul. They'd already been warned in the first half for repetitive infringement. So many at the maul there. And if you go back to the maul, what Utah did really well, it's just the way they stayed connected. As they sheared off and sort of went round the side, they kept together, they kept momentum. That's when the infringement at the side almost came in as a tackle. They kept possession, they had the advantage, almost scored the try out wide, but they get the reward, and with the numbers advantage and a man down, they're going for a scrum here. It's going to mean that they're either going to have to put 8 men in the scrum to try and match their might. If they do that, there's more space out wide because you lose a defender, or they go 7 because they think they can hold it, but it's an opportunity to try and squeeze them and push them over the line.
Let's see how the Warriors go.
Crouch!
2 quick tries from the Free Jacks in the second half. It's time now for Utah to strike back. Welcome to our viewers watching in Salt Lake City and the rest of Utah as they pop the scrum here for the Free Jacks. Palatavau points it out. Mr. Obvious. Another scrum.
No. It's over here on the original mark.
Turning the screw there, and you see New England opted to not have a number 8 there, and it is really costly at scrum time. And you're going to have to wonder if they give away another penalty, if they get a warning, are they going to adjust and try and put someone at 8?
Yeah, speaking of 8, there he is, Brad Hemopo on the side for 10 minutes. So there is a replacement player coming in for the Warriors. Leaving the field there is Angus McLennan. Good job by him.
And another substitution for the Utah Warriors in the front row, coming on number 18.
Sa'i Uila. His brother is known as the Tongan Bear, played for the Hurricanes in Super Rugby. He's on wearing 20. Get some more numbers in just a second. So they've opted for another scrum. It's where they've just popped the New England front row.
Crouch. Sit. Stay. Keep working.
There goes. Couple of upright bodies again. Advantage. And they've got over the line anyway. Should be a penalty try in my box.
I agree with you, Darren. I think it's better the referee awards it, but that's what they're trying to play here now. Is they're either going to try and turn the screw and get the penalty try, or they're going to say you have to put a number 8 in, have to defend its source, the first threat, stop worrying about the threats out wide that Utah might pose, and that allows Utah to eventually play off of it. It's very, very clever, sort of boxing, clever tactical play right now from the Warriors.
There come the boxing fists up there from referee Scott Green. Scrum has been called yet again. Alex Corbisiris sitting next to me can't contain himself. This is what he lives and breathes. If he could, he had 80 scrums in a row. This is Warriors looking to get back in the game. They trailed by 13.
Bind. Set.
Ball is in as the Free Jacks slide backwards, and up they go again. Surely that's 7 points. They go on the short zone. Palatavau is in. Well, the forward pack certainly ate their veggies, and the Utah Warriors get in.
And a try for the Utah Warriors. Number 9 scrum half.
I saw that, yeah.
Leading
Got the reward for the forwards there. That's really a forwards try to me. As much as Palatavau took the opportunity, he went down the blind side. You've got to credit your pack there. They got the numbers advantage from the maul and the yellow card, and then they turned the screw at the set piece, scrum after scrum, getting the penalty. The control at the base as well was beautiful. To keep that ball in, to allow it there, but it's those little inches they take at the start that really get it going. Once they get it going, Utah go up, New England go up, spin around, giving that tight head wheel. That gives the 9 the option to go blind because his defensive flankers are that much further away from him on the tackle, gives him the space to score the try.
A captain's try from Dwayne Palatavau. Kick will go to the side. He's 26 points to 18. Palatavau, 16 caps for Samoa. As the comeback here, momentum shift as well because Hemopo is still in the bin until minute 59. And
here it is again, that control at the base. that ability to keep it there, that wheel on the blind side. No number 8 as well. If you dummy and come back inside off the flanker, that number 8 who would usually fill that gap isn't there, and he takes that really well. And that's a seasoned veteran try. That 9 knows exactly what he's doing there.
Cullen goes up, takes this one solidly. The sergeant in the Utah National Guard.
Use the ball.
3rd season with the Warriors, former Seattle Saracen. Told to use it now, the try scorer. Travail chips it over the top. Chasing there and then just tripping over each other. Stays there for Wilson. Now it's available. Uhila has it. Uhila off the bench. Immediate impact from Saya Uhila. To the right-hand side, they're working with Whippy. Spot tackle on Hagen can't be had. Ball still back for Vaini Kolo. Utah looking to open this one up. Larson in with a tackle. Warrior Nation back on their feet. Big, strong carry there from Van Vieren. Out of Bloemfontein in South Africa. No one's been knocked on and played in an offside position. And a couple of off-the-ball shoves.
Little afters there, getting heated, and as the game gets close and the pressure goes on, you sometimes see emotions get the better of players there, just pushing and shoving.
Josh,
but you know that's when you've got a game on your hand, when it's starting to get tense like that.
Just take your ball away. Time's on.
The penalty was initially, I think, for the offside off the knock-on, then the catch. Something instigates it there. Cullen from Utah doesn't like something he sees. He's heated. Travail seems fired up about something. I wouldn't want to see those two go at it.
So the original penalty is for offside against 15 for playing the ball in front. Some are not there. And then I'm going to reverse that and go against 7 white for coming in and coming through white. That will be good. Okay. Josh, Dwayne, come over, boys.
And I'm sure the referee is discussing tonight the tilted tilt on the strip near the league.
Unfortunately,
where
we haven't seen what happened down there behind the play there. It's not clear to our team of 3 what kicked that off. But what is clear is that we've got number 7 listen to me. We've got number 7 coming in from a distance and then just instigating a diagonal. So the original penalty was against 15 for being offside from a knock-on. Your 7's come in and reacted. It's going to be reversed against 7. Okay, we've already talked to you about discipline. This is a thing now from your side.
Number 23,
okay?
Collins on 13 steal.
It's going to be your penalty.
The referee's got that spot on. Couldn't see what eventually triggered the issue, but then it's number 7 from New England, which is Strifler, excuse me, comes in. That's what reverses the penalty, and the referee now giving the warning to England. They've had such a high penalty count this game. It's amazing with that penalty count, they're still in the lead, but that is a final warning, and another yellow card where you still have a man in the bin would be so costly, and I just got a feeling that's exactly what Utah are going to do. They're going to kick the corner, go back to their maul where they've been getting penalties, and try and squeeze another one.
Well, this intriguing contest gets even better and better. 55 minutes gone.
Here we go, White. There's your mark, White.
Steele that leaves the field. Here, great game, Liam Steele. He's replaced by Danny Collins. First game for the New England Free Jacks. Part-time juggler takes to the field. Warriors, line on attack. 9 out. Ball high one. They take it cleanly though. Look to range up here. Beautiful work there from Tuiloma. And then the short angle. Vongakoto. The direct route up front. Travail, and then the steal. Turnover from New England.
Seven in a strong position over the ball. Holding on.
That is a big moment in the game, a big turnover. You know, Utah were riding that wave of momentum, getting down there, but then Strifler, the number 7, getting over that ball, securing it was vital there for the turnover.
Great skill from Cullen and Whippy combining nicely. Ball ripped though by Wilson. skill there from Mitch Wilson. They're from Sydney, Australia. New England. Slow ball for them to work with. Larson goes low, ducks under Van Vuren. Not many attacking options, so they'll look back to Gierma, who's very deep here after slow possession. In fact, it comes down to Poland. He goes to the air himself. Kicks for the touchline here. Whippy's there. He's been well handled under the high ball as Collins comes in with a tackle. Vaini Kolo tries to rip free there from Brighouse. Brighouse eats him up. Uhila. Strong ball carrier is Uhila, the replacement forward. Now Schilt goes downtown.
Now.
Collins is there. Former Boston Irish Wolfhound. Returns the favour. Quick line out throw, and Whippy again. Josh Whippy. Suva, Fiji is his hometown. Lived in New Zealand for many years as well. Now the United States. Gannon Moore has it on the right-hand side. Moore looking to launch a counter-attack. Gannon Moore. Kansas City Blues 7, stand up. Gannon Moore in midfield. Gannon Moore needs help. Tries to flick it to Whippy, but Wakanabau is there. It's not the player you want. Penalty though to the Utah Warriors. An end to the madness.
Is it a slap down? I think the referee might have seen a slap down or intentional knock on. I'm not sure. But if there's another penalty there, that could definitely be the straw that broke the back for the yellow card for the Free Jacks. But it was a lovely break from Whippy. From Gannon Moore, coming back on the inside, exposing the sort of lazy forwards in the middle on a kick chase. And it's that bit from them.
Anything else?
I'm not sure exactly what he's seeing there for the penalty.
Clear. By your 14. Play. So 14, yeah. Yep. 14. There's the number. 15. Which way was it? This way?
Yellow card to Wakanabau. Scored 2 now. He'll sit on the side for 10.
Deliberate knock on, and it's Wakanabau who's done it, and that's exactly what Utah need. They've been rewarded for the possession, the territory, the breaks they've had. They haven't quite got the tries on the board, but the ill discipline of New England is giving their into the game. It's giving them the man advantage, and they need to sort of start turning the screw. Before it was in the forwards, now it's in the backs. They have to box clever and try and get the points this time when they get down there and get the reward for these penalties.
The only saving factor is that they at least get Radamopo back on the field, so they won't be down to 13. They'll stay with 14 for the next 10 minutes. And their vital spark plug, Wakanabau, in for 10. He'll watch from the sideline. Warriors, ball taken at the back.
Step, boys. No, just wait here, step.
Latavao looks for his forwards. They dig in low. Uhila cuts back in. 5 meters out. Uhila goes again.
7.
Now Vandenberg going for the line. Franco Vandenberg just short. Advantage for the Warriors again. They try to spin free there. Ongakoto can't get through. Schultz is back. Latavao finds his fly off. Hammers it out wide. Whippy, Josh Whippy. Oh, what a ball! Moore collects it superbly. Had to go back. Couldn't reach for the line. But they're in the corner. Celebrations go up. Referee Scott Green's got to check with his assistants.
I'm playing. Using no arm. Fair try. Okay, try.
And try awarded.
Try awarded in the corner. Utah Warriors Stun New England, come from behind, score. This is how they did it.
There's Whippy who gets that off-foot away. Ganamore holds on to it. It was an amazing play to get the space on the outside. Then the patience there, and then it's Schultz, the number 10, who dots it down in the corner, and it was deemed a try. Touch judges in a great position there to see it, and they award the try.
A remarkable comeback from the Utah Warriors, trailing 26 points to 13 in the second half. They've switched on.
Yeah, put them on.
It's just been one of those back and forth games, hasn't it? Momentum one way, momentum the other. It's the ill discipline of the Free Jacks that are allowing Utah to really take control again.
Flags go up as well. They still trail, but it's 26-25 after 62 minutes. 7 points there from the fly half, Hagen Schilt.
Now with water break.
Time for a quick break. We'll be right back at Sam Boyd Stadium. It's 1 point difference between these two sides, Utah and New England.
I think the training environment is what separates this place more than anything else. I think that there's like a team environment with a personalized training effect. So I think that's the problem with a lot of other places. It's one or the other. It's, we're all together in this class, but there's no specificity with each person, or it's only personal training, which really there's just no camaraderie. So this facility, the way we set it up, we try to get that team environment, that group camaraderie, along with a personalized, tailored program for your needs and your goals.
Culture is just a massive thing here, from person to person. We'll have a 30-year-old athlete who's crushing a 300-pound deadlift right next to a 45-year-old woman who's just doing walking lunges, and the cohesiveness between the two people really ties the whole gym together.
It's a blockbuster in Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas. Utah have come good and scored 2 tries to bring them within 1 point of New England. The second half set to explode yet again with 18 minutes left on the clock.
Timeout. Substitutions made for New England. Number 7 striker.
New England, that'll restart. 1 player in the bin. That is Wakanabau, speedy winger for New England Free Jacks, saw a yellow card. Just joining us from wherever you are watching around the world. Wonderful to have you here. Sunny day in the Nevada desert. Used to see the HSBC Sevens World Series here. USA leg for 10 years, and now Major League Rugby comes for their second weekend to Sin City. Here we go. New England from left to right. Warriors take this with most recent try scorer Hagen Schilt. Goes downtown. A few replacements for both sides. Owen Hunt wearing 20 for New England, and Hulahola Mongala 17 for the Warriors, taken by Larson. McNulty comes down on this one. McNulty grew up in Ireland, played with the under-20 side there. His parents still reside though in Massachusetts. As the scrum off Poland goes with another box kick. Uhila took it and dropped it with a bit of pressure from Danny Collins. Don Welson's coming on. There's pressure there, flicked over the top. Good skill. It still stays alive here. And then kicked over the top there from Ohio. They'll get the penalty for
12 wide.
Offside play
wide.
there from
Never
Sam Beard.
onside. Good one, Cat.
More ill discipline from the Free Jacks, just as they were starting to put Utah under some good pressure, and that's what they need to start doing. Make Utah work. This is the team that has a reputation of sometimes tiring in that last 20. But right now they're in the driving seat of control of this game. You've got to try and take it back. I understand they're trying to get line speed, put on their face, but those penalties are just so costly, and it's just it is the pathway to Utah controlling these games. They get an infringement, they kick the corner. They've shown a good sort of diverse game plan of sometimes going to their ball, sometimes playing away from it, keeping them guessing. They have the numbers in the backs right now, so it wouldn't surprise me if they played off the top, but their drive has been a weapon.
Warriors, great take. Ball set, and they go down with a Hilo, goes down the short side. Michael Basker's on the field wearing 21. He digs this one out. Mongoloa goes into the contact. In fact, Tuiloma. Big bump there on Cullen. Into the 22. They need to secure possession. Short ball now. Mongoloa comes in. USA Eagle player from 2017 and 2018. A lot of misdirection, and they got a little stutter step there from Ohio. Tries to get on the outside.
Yeah.
This one bounces down, and
Hey, I've seen it. I've seen it. Yeah, I understand, but you still must be careful, mate. That's pretty dodgy. Yeah, I understand. We'll play the knock.
Knock on there and a lifeline for the Free Jacks, who have been under some pressure. Utah looking to be expansive. Roy gets that offload away, as he's done a number of times today. Unfortunately, it's spilled, but that's the momentum that Utah are starting to build, and they're getting momentum, the confidence to hold on to the ball. They're looking at those wide channels. They're playing the offload game. If anything, if they can hold on to it, a little bit of the patience we saw in the first half, just play a few more phases, because right now they're still behind on the clock. They need those points.
well, let's also talk about Utah. They're building something great at home as well. They lead the league with the highest ever attendance, 9,846 when they played the Colorado Raptors a couple of years ago. Their average attendance 3,000 in 2019. For their fans, when they lock into that stadium, they come thick and fast, and their first home game is March 13th against NOLA Gold at Zions Bank Stadium.
Exactly. They have so much promising going on for them in the league right now, and this is for their fans, or for people who are looking to buy season tickets this year and support them. This is exactly the sort of fight they want to see from their team. Away from home, in a game, 63 minutes, still slugging it out, and a win today would be a massive boost for them and a momentum builder in this season.
That's right. WarriorsRugby.com. Check them out. Wonderful things happening there in Salt Lake City in Utah. Now the Free Jacks, though, they're the team that lead 26-25. Surprising Rugby United New York last week. Their hashtag is Light the Way. Alex Magleby, their CEO, has done well, and they get a free kick at scrum time.
Hold it in, Black.
Utah not holding their weight there on the bind. On the bind, you bind on the opposition. You put your weight on them slightly to get your feet back, to be in a strong position for engage, but you can't pre-engage and lean on, and Utah doing that, giving away the free kick, and allows New England to kick it deep and try and play some territory right now.
Good catch from Moore, and Whoopi as well is inside his 22.
Come out, Black. Keep on moving out.
How does this one sit up?
No, it was inside. It was inside.
That's fine.
Good work. Black, here's your mark. Yeah.
New England Free Jacks had stormed at the start of the second half. Two quick tries through Kanabau and Mike Sell. They've now gone a bit quiet. Larson.
More.
25-year-old gets them all set.
Use it now, 9!
Green says get away from that area as Poland again goes down to Gannon Moore's side. It's gone out on the full, though. It's an error.
It's a bad error as well from the Free Jacks there. Got the drive going. Referee said use it. Probably a little bit rushed with his options and his kick. Wanted to put that up in the air to try and compete. Goes straight out and just gifts the Utah field position in their own half. And that's not what you want from New England right now. Yes, they're up on the scoreboard, but sort of momentum-wise in this game, they're slowly on the receiving end of it, and they need a few good moments to sort of stop that Utah sort of wave that has started to build over this last sort of 15-minute period.
And they have to wait 3 minutes as well to get Wakanabao back on the field, so they have 14 players right now. They go through the attacking lines. Shook goes over the top to find Vani Kolo. Oh, that one just goes a bit too far. Run out of space.
Time's off, sub, black 13. You're right here, mate. That's the line right there, mate. Time's off. Hold the ball for me. Time's back on.
Referee Green says we get to go. New England, well, they got games on the road coming up at San Diego, Seattle, and Nola Gold. Their first home game is match 14th against the Sabercats at Union Point Stadium. Set here from the Warriors. On the defensive end as Mopo bumps one, goes down. Phoebus in support, but they look for the outside. Big, strong tackle on Sam Beard. It's at the halfway line, but the counter right comes in. Warriors pile over this to have it. Basker goes over the top. Whoopi's chasing. It sits up nicely. Great take from Gannon Moore.
Away, no, wide.
Back on the front foot. The Utah Warriors with advantage. Ohila gets missed. But there was advantage for the Warriors.
This could be another yellow card. Not sure, but
this right number here. Been taking it in the 68-17.
That's the final warning for the referee, and I feel like he's given that warning too many times. That is a massive momentum builder for Utah there. Got the turnover with a great counter run.
Yeah.
Kicked the ball back there. Got the ball back. Momentum on the front foot, and then to give away at the penalty, breakdown at the penalty, slowing down. Very cynical play from New England. They knew exactly what they were doing there. Didn't want that ball to come out with the quick ball and the gain line they'd had from that. And so, you know, that's a final warning. They'll go back to their maul, I'm sure. But Utah are thoroughly in the driving seat here.
Here they go through Cullen. New England back to 15 with Boasa Wakanaba on the field, the right wing. New England look to counterattack, but Warriors still close to the line as they get low. Mongaloa is there as well. The back start to celebrate. They're over the line. Try awarded. Warrior Nation about to erupt.
Strong forward play from the Warriors there. Back in their drive, got the momentum, then the break off the back, got near the line, got so close to this try line, and then bashed the door down. Referee deemed the ball had been knotted down. Great try from them, and it's exactly what they needed in this moment, Gallon. You know, the momentum's been in their shape. They were 13 points down at one point. They've clawed 17 straight points back. This would make it 19 if they make the kick. The wind is behind them in their sails. You know, they've dominated large parts of the game, and sometimes when you're New England, you've been on the back foot of all these areas, even though you've scored some points, it's taken a lot out of you. And it looks like Utah seem the fresher team right now, which is something we haven't maybe seen at times, and that's a big plus sign if you're a Utah fan.
Well, the bonus point try is converted as well. It's 32-26. 10 minutes to play, and the Utah Warriors have come from behind and lead New England. It's emotional scenes here, and this is how the Warrior Pack got it done.
It's 4. Yep, 3.
There's Uhila there, gets over the line, has the support and the latch, and survives that first contact. That's the key thing when you're pick and going. If you can survive that first initial stop, don't get your momentum to hit the ground, and you have a latcher to leg drive you through, that's the recipe to score a try.
Wonderful score there from Uhila. Inside now position inside the 22. They need to finish strong. Last week they failed to do so against Rugby ATL. Another good strong carriers. They go up there from...
It's 4.
Oh, up the middle they go! You won't see a tank run like that again. Just ankle tapped. As Schilt puts his side back on the front foot into the 22. Guillermo. Warriors win that exchange.
We haven't had a lot of time to talk about it, but the fact that New England are missing tag leader from last week, missing Walker at 15. You know, those are big players in the kicking game, in the control, in the way they want to play, and they haven't quite looked the same side without those two sort of key figures. And I think that's allowed Utah to really dictate that area of the game, and New England seem to constantly be on the wrong side of the territorial and the kicking battle, which they were so good at against New York.
So right, two of their best players from last week out watching this one right now. Thoughts of them as they recover. Ball sits down for Mongoloa. Big carry from man from St. Mary's College of California. Van Veeren bashes it in again. Hard-nosed South African forward, looking for the dummy there. It was Kalalolo Tumoa. Look at him going again. He had a brilliant break earlier. Tuiloma. Such a massive frame. Schilt, big dummy, it opens up. Schilt goes against Green, chips over the top. Just saved there by the New England Free Jacks. Sam Beard comes in with a 5-meter scrub. It's not over yet.
The Warriors are on the charge. The big men are getting through the gain line. That big carry from the number 18, bursting the door down. Then the quick ball. Schultz sees the disconnect in the defense. Watch this carry. Initially takes the first man on. Then has the leg drive and the pace to get away. Looks after the ball. They recycle it. Schultz sees the space in the middle here. Dummies, sees the disconnect in the defense, hides around the referee for a second, puts a perfectly weight kick, and even though they don't get it back, they have a 5-meter scrum. Somewhere they've been very dominant today. They've had a number of penalties there. They can be in the referee's ear. They are in the driving seat, and this is a big opportunity to try and get another score.
Well, you mentioned it. Kalolo Tuiloma, number 18. They got more subs about to come onto the field as well. That's Ricky Tuialangagingi as Bongato gets some support. But the 300-pound mountain has put them back in the driving seat. And again, only 7 minutes to go in this game. New England, will they suffer another blow?
Two.
Also from Tonga, here he comes, wearing 16. It's Ricky Tuialangagingi. Just prefers to be called Ricky.
That's what we prefer as well.
That's what I meant.
Full front row change as well for the Utah, and that's something you always have to consider. Your scrums were very dominant. You change your props. You want to see the same impact, same result.
So Sean Pittman, the forwards coach, look on there. Veteran with the Eagles over many years. Also coaching with the United States as well. Sean Davies with him, former Colorado Raptor in Major League Rugby now. Based in Salt Lake City, returns to his old chomping grounds where he attended college.
Number two. Make sure you go clearly into your space for me. No silly free kicks here.
Pittman's got to be very happy with the forwards displayed today. It's just sort of been the bedrock of everything Utah have done well in this game. The forwards have been where it's all started. They've been the foundation. It's been an armchair ride for the backs at times, and it really is a difference maker in rugby. It
really is.
Fine. Set.
Massive 5.5 to go. Penalty straight away. What's that?
Number 1.
Looks like Loosehead sort of hinging or going to the ground there. Number 1 or the 17 for Utah. And that's always the risk when you make substitutions. Just because one scrum's been dominant, putting a new prop in is a new sort of piece to the puzzle or the jigsaw, and that can then give you a different result.
That occasion, it's New England that can bang it downfield. Still alive. 6 points in this, 5 to go. If you're just joining us, I'm Dallin Stanford alongside Alex Corbacero. And Las Vegas, match 1 of 4 this weekend, is turning out to be an absolute rip snorter.
Great.
Poland comes down to Mike Sell. Scored a cracker earlier off the hip of his scrum off, and now they look for the bump and run. Well, Cannavale out of the yellow card offence. A couple players on him as Collins comes to help at ruck time. Short ball from Larson. Defenders are strong though. They come in and hit him hard. Kuku still on the field right now for the Free Jacks. Kicking downfield though. Gives away possession for Whippy and Gannon Moore. Gannon Moore, little half gap for Moore. Exploits it again. Gannon Moore, back on the inside to Whippy. Whippy needs help. Moore's there. Gets the offload. That is out of this world. One of the greatest tries Major League Rugby has produced, and it's happened here in Las Vegas, where anything can happen.
I'm almost speechless with that one. That is an unbelievable try. The back three take a bow, working in perfect unison. Basker, the 9, getting over, but it comes from the kick chase, from the kick counter. Finally sees the ability. Whippy sees Ganamore. Ganamore now has time. He sees 2 forwards. He sees the disconnect. They look like there could have been a little shove from the Utah guy on the line, creating that hole. But then Whippy gets the ball back. Could have backed himself, hits Ganamore, then hits Basker with the offload. The confidence to keep the ball alive, to keep the offload, not to pin your ears and go for the corner. That is a perfectly worked try. And that's exactly what Utah needed to sort of seal this game out. I was about to say when we had a break that it's now or never for New England. They have to score again. They have to get back in this game. Time is kicking. But that's almost like when you've got someone wounded, that's what you call going for the kill. And that's exactly what Utah did.
4 second-half tries from the Utah Warriors. Michael Basker gets over for try number 5. Gannon Moore, the creator. Flags go up yet again. They're on absolute fire right now here in the desert. 59 points to 26.
And here we see it again. Ganamore, it looks like there's someone could have been checked in the New England line, from the defensive line from Utah, but that just opens the gates. And then Whippy, ball in one hand, hits the switch. Fantastic work. And that's probably the try of the season by far so far.
Still early days, but it was fantastic, fabulous stuff. And Warriors again into play. Run into their own play, so it'll be a penalty in New England. Not have them a lot of time to go, under 2 minutes.
Calm down, fella. Obstruction.
Obstruction there for running in to the player in front of him. And New England have to chase this game. They're kicking the corner, but if they score, they have to score quick. It's a long way back. It's 2 converted tries to be able to win this game with 1.5 minutes on, but there's also a bonus point to play for. A losing bonus point. If they can bring the game within 7, that would be sort of probably the best result from a New England point of view, and that's what they're probably going for right now.
That's right, New England, a side that shocked Rugby United New York last week. From the lineup, they have Kyle the Bald Eagle, Secura. Here it comes down to their forward pack now as they look to drive. Hunt is in there as well, and they send a short runner. Secura is there, sporting one of the best mullets you'll see anywhere in the world. Hunt now. New England look to range it up on the left-hand side. Thebus.
Step, boy, step.
Still to the left. Wilson skips. He's in the corner. Mitch Wilson. We're going to have to look to see if he's in.
What time? The clear. You help touch. Okay, well.
Try it is. Mitch Wilson bags one in the corner. They'll bring the score to 39-31. Final few moments left of this game.
This is a big conversion. Brings it within 7. There's the try in the corner. Lifeline for New England to try and rescue a bonus point from this game.
Wow. From the side.
What a kick. What a kick. Outstanding ability. Yes, there's time for them to still win the game, but if the dust settles and this finishes a Utah win, that's a bonus point that could matter down in the season, that you'll come back to that one unbelievable kick.
That's right. 2 bonus points, 1 for 4 tries, 1 for within 7.
Okay, Utah, let's go.
39-33, 40 seconds to go here at Sam Boyd Stadium. Let's look to close out match 1 of 4 in our Valentine's Day weekend here in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's the Utah Warriors that have come from behind, trailing 26-13 at halftime. Sorry, 13-12 at half. Second half, they were trailing 26-13, and now banging on the borders. Mike Sell
Last play here.
for the last play for New England and their chances. They'll go 1-1 if the score remains.
John, step.
Have to keep it alive and run from their own 22. And Mopo gets to Kanabau, flicks it in beautifully. Great bit of skill. Here it comes to Beard, the vice captain. Man who grew up in Christchurch, New Zealand. Short ball. Larson's been a workhorse. The man mullet is there as well. Sakura. Poland throws a dummy. Oh, and a step to go as well. Poland got through a couple. He's isolated though. Turnover ball. It's the Warriors that get over this. And that is their game. They've finished off this match. It's what Chris Latham, the head coach, wanted, and they've answered.
Back and clear it. Back, please. Tap it, yeah, and kick it.
They tap and smash this one to touch. The Warriors claim their first victory of 2020, bouncing back from last weekend's loss. They make a statement in the Eastern Conference. They down New England, fresh from the upset of New York. Final score, 39-33 at Sam Boyd Stadium. We'll have plenty more after the break here in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada.
Vegas Rugby Academy.